Hi, everybody. This is Saad for the Sad Truth. First, I want to take a moment to extend my deepest sympathies to all the people who've suffered uh, the tragic events that took place 2 days ago in Paris. Truly horrifying. The point of today's clip is to talk about hashtag activism and flag displaying as forms of virtue signaling. So the idea is that whenever one of these events happens, people start, uh, tweeting hashtags, hashtag Je suis Charlie, hashtag Bring Our Girls Home, or they engage in flag displaying. For example, people change their profile photos to, in this case, that of France, bleu, blanc, rouge, which is all fine and good, but I wanted to sort of look at the psychology behind these behaviors, not to denigrate those who are engaging in the behavior, but to maybe ask them to um, think about contributing more to the battle. And so here I'll begin by talking about an important principle in biology, which I use in explaining various consumer behavior phenomena. And this is something known as the handicap principle. So if you look, for example, at the peacock's tail, the peacock's tail could not have evolved via natural selection because it doesn't confer any survival advantage to the peacock. And so it must have evolved via a parallel process of evolution. In this case, it is known as sexual selection, the idea being that the tail confers reproductive advantage to the peacock. Now, for that tail to be uh, valuable in terms of as a signal to hens who are choosing the optimal male, the the tail must be costly in the biological sense. In other words, it must be wasteful. It must actually decrease the chances of survival of the peacock. Because basically, what the peacock's tail is saying is, look, despite the fact that this tail increases my chances of falling prey to a predator, right? It makes me more conspicuous. It reduces my ability to take flight. The fact that I'm still standing here with such a elaborate tail suggests that I'm the guy that you should mate with. And so, for a signal to be honest, it must be costly. And in a second, you'll see how I'm going to link this phenomenon to the virtue signaling that we see with the hashtag activism, etc. So humans wish to manage their reputations. They want the world to know that they are good people, they're ambitious people, they're hardworking people, and there's nothing wrong with that. And so when an incident like this happens, people wish to demonstrate that they care. And therefore, a way that they do that is by tweeting a hashtag, by changing their profile, picture to the flag of France. And again, that's fine. That's not to denigrate that. That gives some small measure of support to the cause, but it is profoundly non-costly, right? It takes absolutely zero cost for you to do such an act. A costly act would be to speak out repeatedly and consistently and forcefully against the forces that create these realities. But of course, that is costly because it might make you lose friends on Facebook, it might have an effect on your career, you might not be invited to the right parties, and of course, in some cases, there might be physical threats on your well being. Now, that's costly. So, there are people out there in the world who are fighting for liberty, who are fighting for freedom, who are at the forefront of engaging in costly signaling when it comes to signaling their virtues. So, to simply do a hashtag tweet is an attempt, a rather weak attempt to engage in virtue signaling. Look, I am committed to this cause. Now, the 363 other days after the requisite 48 hours pass, I won't engage in any uh, uh, contribution. I won't make any contributions to the cause. As a matter of fact, I will distance myself from folks who are actively engaging in the battle. So Ayan Hirsi Ali, the courageous Somali ex-Muslim who's at the forefront of fighting these things, will be ostracized by, for example, academia because she's a hateful bigot. But of course, the things that she's talking about are very much linked to the hashtag activism issues that people are more than willing to exhibit. And so, yes, it's very nice to engage in profoundly costless behaviors like hashtag activism and flag displaying. But if you truly care about these issues, then you commit to doing much more than that. This is not to shame people. This is not to make people feel guilty. This is a call for people, a plea for people to recognize that we all have the capacity to contribute to this battle, the battle of ideas, and to do so always with reason, with evidence, with respect, void of hate. So I implore everybody to do more than tweet a hashtag, to do more than to suddenly become familiar with the bleu, blanc, rouge flag. Commit to contributing to the dialogue. Don't fall prey to political correctness. And hopefully, if enough people rise and take back the discourse from the regressive left and other forces that seek to quell free speech, then this battle could be won. Thank you for listening. Have a great Sunday. Again, my deepest condolences to all those who were affected by the terrible tragedies of a few days ago. Talk to you soon. Ciao.